Right then, so you're doing your A2 CofC or your GVC, because this will apply to both of them. Okay, and this is about self-certifying for medical. So unlike flying the Boeing 747, for example, you do not have to go for a medical. Okay, it's a self-certifying. Pretty much like a microlight, I believe. They are self-certification. Paramotors, makes sense. However, I'm sure when ICO or YASA realise there's no form of going to your doctor to get a medical certificate, I'm sure they will overreact and eventually a medical certificate will be needed. But right now we don't. Okay, and in the UK we also self-certify. So that's the good news. So let's get into it. Is there an easy way to do self-certification? Could there be something that could help us? Well, yes, there is, and we're going to take something from manned aviation because this is where it comes from, and it's called IMSAFE. Okay, so the acronym IMSAFE. This is what everyone goes with. It's simple, it's easy, and it makes sense to bring that across from the manned aviation side to the drone side. Like I say, self-certification. So what is IMSAFE? Well, I stands for illness. So basically, is the pilot suffering from any illness, any symptoms? You got a cold, you got a flu, you know, are you feeling in any way unwell? Okay, that's I for illness. M is for medication. So medication, is a pilot currently taking any drugs, recreational or not, prescription, over the counter, you've had your vaccination, those drugs, that medication, is it affecting you in any way, shape or form? So currently, if you have the AstraZeneca example, we take that, the vaccination, that's making people a lot of drowsy for a couple of days. It wouldn't be wise to fly feeling drowsy. Okay, so medication, it's one of those important ones. If it's affecting you in any way, shape or form, you don't fly. Okay, next we have S for stress. So this is where it gets a little bit interesting. So S is for stress. Is a pilot, are you worried about the project? Are you stressed about something? Have you had an argument at home? Have you had road rage getting to where you're going to? When I used to teach the A2 CofC, one of the big things was, you know, when you drive somewhere and you've driven a long way and you've driven for 4 hours, there's a good chance that on your way you're following your sat nav, you don't know the exact area you're in. It's very easy to get in the wrong lane. Either you get cut up or someone else cuts you up, road rage will kick in, you know, and you could arrive at a job just being cut up, or you've cut someone up or had a near incident, and that could stress you out. Okay, it could be stress from the client, from doing the job. The client's asked you to do something that might be beyond the rules, and if that's the case, you shouldn't be doing it anyway. But you know, it could be stressing you. You've been asked to do something really awkward, and sometimes you've got to step back. Okay, so if you're feeling stressed, my advice is just step back, take a 20-minute break, just try and let whatever's winding you up or stressed you out, try and let it go. Okay, so with stress, it's something very simple can affect you. Okay, so just be aware of stress. It's a sneaky one. Okay. Next we have A for alcohol. Okay, A for alcohol. Although there are legal limits and they do vary, and you know, basically just don't drink before you fly. Okay, I've actually seen people fly model helicopters after a few drinks. I don't recommend it. This was a few years ago. I just don't recommend it. If you're going to fly, you know, avoid alcohol. So anything in the past 8 hours could still be in your system. So have a 24-hour gap. If you've got a job the next day, don't go out the night before drinking. Okay, don't knock back 12 pints, then get up the next day and then go and do a job in the morning. That alcohol is still in the system. Okay, so alcohol, A for alcohol, just avoid. Okay, and if you're being professional, you don't want to be showing up somewhere drinking stinking and reeking of drink anyway, so you know it's quite an important one really. Now we have F, and F is for fatigue, and this one's an interesting one. So fatigue can onset quite quickly, okay, and there can be multiple reasons for it, but fatigue basically, have you had enough rest or are you getting enough breaks during the day? If you've got a 12-hour day flying, okay, make sure you're getting your breaks in where required, okay. It can take a lot of concentration sometimes just to do a small flight, especially if you're manually flying, concentration level can be right up there. It can fatigue you very quickly. I mean, I was flying the EB across the summer a few years ago. You know, I'd be out all day, I'd be out for a good 8 hours. And basically, you know, aircraft's programmed the night before, I've got my data, and I'm just loading up the missions, chucking it, flying, and watching it. And you would think, just watching a drone fly around, do its thing, and you never touch your controller. All you've done is upload the mission. You wouldn't think that was stressful, you wouldn't think it would fatigue you, but trust me, for an aircraft that can fly for 45 to 50 minutes and you're watching it and you're keeping your eyes and your ears open for other aircraft, very quickly fatigue can set in. Okay, so make sure you've got breaks through the day, make sure you're getting a good night's rest before. So yeah, fatigue can just come out of nowhere as well. Now, E is for eating. Now, basically during the day or the morning, have enough food and nourishment, and this includes water as well, okay, because you need food and water. Because if you don't have these, you don't keep yourself well nourished, fatigue can set in, stress can set in, and you can start to feel tired very quickly. So it affects the other things in IMSAFE. So you've just got to watch out for these things. So eating, and interestingly, food poisoning is the #1 reason manned aviation doesn't fly. Interestingly. So, you know, you could be going to get on a plane, the captain, night before, they've had a fish pie, that's enough, the flight's not going to happen. I know a few pilots, you know, they don't order the same thing in the same restaurant. For example, if one's having chicken, the other will have something completely different off the menu, or they will eat in different restaurants. Okay. Now, interestingly, Americans, if you're watching this, the FAA, they say E is for emotion. So if you're emotionally wound up of anything, but actually that would go under the stress part of IMSAFE. So in the UK and I do believe the EU, E is for eating, to make sure you've had enough food, to make sure that you've got enough endurance for the day, got enough energy in you. Because if you haven't, you're just going to feel the fatigue will set on quicker, you get stressed quicker, and it's not good for you. Okay, so that's the acronym IMSAFE. Right, like I say, self-certification for now. Of course, with ICO and YASA going OTT on the new drone rules, they're creating as much paperwork as they can and going for complete overkill. I don't expect self-certification to come, or to last, should I say, for very long. They're going to put some sort of, you've got to have a doctor's certificate to fly a drone. Yeah. Right, take care everyone. So fly. Cheers.